playing in front of a nice crowd in Pirate Nation?
Oh, it's been incredible. That's something that the coaches kind of expressed to me on my visit. But like I said earlier last week, it's something that you can't really prepare for until you see it yourself. So it's been incredible. It's been fun, and can't wait to finish it out with them.
As a California kid, how have you transitioned to life in Greenville, North Carolina, pretty far away from home?
Yeah, it's a little different. Obviously, being from California, you're across the country. Probably communication back home with the time zone changes is the biggest difference. And watching my Giants and 49ers is a little harder with the time change. But other than that, it's really the same thing. It's business out here. It's school. It's football, and taking care of that kind of stuff. So just sticking to my plan and getting my work done.
Jack, what was your path to Greenville?
So I started as a walk-on at the University of Nevada. I'm from Sacramento, California. It's about an hour 45 drive to Reno. Started as a walk-on. After my third season there, I got put on scholarship. And so after that, my coaching staff left after my fourth season, and I had graduated. So I was just really looking to see what opportunities were out there for me. And luckily, East Carolina popped up, and now I'm here and I'm loving it. So,
what was it like to be a part of your first win at ECU this past Saturday?
it was awesome. When the speakers started playing, all I do is win, and even with the rain, the fans that were still there and throughout all four quarters showed up and never left. It was pretty cool, and it was just rewarding with my teammates. All fall camp, all winter, all summer, we put in a lot of work. So when you get that win, it feels great.
You had to learn a new scheme this year. Who's kind of been the guy who you've gone to for help with learning all that?
Obviously, Jeremy. Me and Jeremy have a great relationship. We compete on the field, but at the end of the day, we really help each other in every aspect. We've really become closer this season, since I've shown up, and he's been a great help for me. So.
It seems like talking to guys who have been in this defense a while, they talk about how much fun it is to play in it,
Oh, yeah.
aggressiveness. As a new guy, you get that sense too.
Yeah, and that was something that was really appealing to me, kind of when I was being recruited here. Obviously, my process was a little bit faster than a lot of the other people who are recruited here. But Coach Harrell and Coach Dallas, Coach Houston too, they all talked about the aggressiveness of our scheme, and it obviously sounded like a lot of fun to me, and it has been, so it's enjoyable.
It seems like a lot of high energy when they're coaching too, no matter if it's good, bad, and corrections. How does that motivate you guys on the field?
It makes it fun. Just from the coaches to my teammates to the fans, it's a lot of great energy, and it's a lot of fun. Our first week versus NC State and last week too, but you walk into our hotel meeting room on Friday night, and it's just music's blasting. We're all up, dapping each other up, saying what's up, and that's special. It's super fun. So the energy's always high, and it makes a difference. It helps us.
Speaking of music, what do you like?
I have a good mix between rap and country. So I listen to Parker McCollum and some country music on my off time, but before practice and games, you guys switch it up, turn on a little Future, a little Baby. So I'm a little diverse in the music category, but good mix of country and rap.
You mentioned the 49ers. What happened on Sunday to them?
That was tough. But week one, a lot of time to figure it out. Penalties hurt them. I think they had 11 for 95 yards or something like that, but they'll shake back.
Figure it out.
And you guys just played in the rain too, right? So you kind of know how that went.
Yeah, it looked a little worse. Their conditions looked a little worse over there. So hopefully we could get our grounds crew to Chicago for a couple games. But other than that, it is what it is.
Ryan, you guys get your first win this past Saturday. How did that one feel?
Yeah, it's always great getting the first win. We put a lot of work in that whole week. Just so we had a bad taste in our mouth in week one. So just getting that win was huge for us.
It feels like talking to you guys, talking to Coach Houston, y'all won and won by a pretty big margin, but there's still a lot to clean up. Is that a pretty good feeling and maybe a sign of how good you guys can be?
Yeah, the games we want to have, we definitely have room to improve. Just like the standard that we have for ourselves now is just on a different level. So getting the win was big for us, but just the way we want to play is on a different scale from last year.
How much better does the receiving group and tight end group feel now that you guys will have a couple games together? 'Cause there's a lot of new faces for you guys in that room.
Yeah, I mean, I think the guys just understand we have a lot of weapons. I mean, we have guys that can, like Keaton and Rozier, run the ball super well. We have guys on the outside like Isaiah and Jalen making plays. Me and Shane are making plays from the inside, CJ. So, I mean, we just have a lot of guys, a lot of weapons on the field, and I think people understand that we, like, know how to play with each other.
How has that been in the room with so many weapons? You know, everybody wants the ball. Has that been a thing, or are you guys just all kind of in it for each other?
I feel like this year we kind of just understand, like, we all have our role, and, like, we understand as long as we're making plays and doing what we have to do, even if the ball doesn't come to you, like, the next guy's making a play as well. So, I mean, we're all just want to have a mindset of winning and just want to see everybody improve.
Can you feel there's a creativity, to the way you guys play on offense, just with what you do have?
Yeah, I mean, we have a lot of guys that can do a lot of different things. I mean, we have guys that create a lot of mismatches from, like, the outside to inside and just from the speed we have on offense. I mean, we have just a lot of guys that can do a lot of stuff.
Because sometimes you'll be lined up, and then you can shift into the backfield, and you're just coming from different spots.
Yeah, so, I mean, we definitely cause defenses to have fits. I mean, that's just credits to, like, the coaching staff we have that put us in those situations.
What is it like scoring a touchdown at the Boneyard end of Gowdy-Pickens Stadium?
It's electric. I mean, just having the fans right there, and they're super loud. So, I mean, it's just fun playing in that stadium.
You're playing a little more of a slot receiver role than you did last year. How are you enjoying that so far?
It's nice just showing that I can, run routes and stuff like that. So, I mean, that's definitely a plus. But, I mean, just being in the offense that we have this year is just they're putting us in situations to where we can show, like, what we can do.
Campbell this week, what's the big focus as you guys prepare to play?
Really, we're just focused on playing a complete game from offense to defense and special teams. We're really just focused on going 1-0 and just continuing to work for what we're trying to do for the season.
Some people make a big deal about FBS versus FCS, but is that overblown? Do you feel like everybody's a good football team at the end of the day?
Yeah, I mean, every game you have to come in with the right mindset just because, as you saw this past week with App State beating A&M, you have to come with the right mindset or you can lose games you aren't supposed to. So, I mean, we just have to stay focused and just locked in on what we want to do for this season.
Well, Jireh, you guys get your first win this past Saturday. How good did it feel to get that first one?
I felt good. Obviously, every win feels good. It felt good to get in the win column. Hopefully, we can look forward to piling those up these next couple of weeks.
Coach Houston said, he was, I don't know, frustrated the right word, but some of the cheap touchdowns he said you guys gave up on the back end. Is that a good thing to have those problems after a win versus a loss to fix?
I mean, obviously, yeah, I would say it's better after a win to have given those up, but obviously that's not something we want to put out there. It was a lot of mistakes that was really on our part, as a lot of those plays were just pretty much wide open touchdowns.
Is it when you watch that on film, is it good to be able to say, hey, we won by 18, but we can still be, I guess, a much better team?
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly pretty much how we looked at it. We know we gave up some cheap plays, and we feel as if that game should have been more like a 50-7 win instead of 39-21 like it was.
What have you seen out of Chandre coming in with your group, Chandre Mims?
Oh, like through camp or just since we've been playing?
General.
Yeah, Chandre, he's pretty much been what I've expected. I've known him for a few years now, like since before he came here. But I knew he was a great pass rusher and played hard. And so some of the plays he made this past Saturday doesn't surprise me.
Can you talk about some of those, just broken plays? Is that just talking more, communicating? Is it kind of that stuff that needs to be cleaned up, or how? When you look at that on tape, is that something you say, hey, if we just talk about this, we can figure it out?
Yeah, pretty much that's what it is. Just communicating across the back end, like from safety to corner, just making sure everybody's hearing each other so that when we're doing switching routes or whatever we have to do, that everybody hears each other and we're on the same page so players aren't running free.
Campbell this week, and they obviously have a dynamic quarterback. What challenges does a mobile quarterback like that kind of create?
Creates the challenge of you have to be more disciplined within your pass rush lanes. You can't leave too many gaps, can't get too far up the field. And as far as for the back end of the defense, you just have to stay disciplined and guard your receivers until the end of the whistle. Even as the quarterback scrambles, you have to find a guy, match him, plaster him if you're in zone, get deep when he scrambles, stay in your zone. Just little things like that, stay disciplined.
How's the mood in the locker room after getting this first win? Has it changed a little bit since the first week?
Oh yeah, it's definitely a brighter mood around the locker room with finally getting in the win column, especially getting the first one. It just always feels good. during a long season. So, like I said, hopefully we can build on this win and keep going.
Does last year's Charleston Southern game, does that serve as a reminder that you can't take anybody lightly, or do y'all not even think about that?
I mean, it does. It serves as a reminder, like, no matter who comes in here, you have to take every opponent seriously because it is college ball. Everybody can play, so you do have to take the same approach to every game, pretty much, yeah.
Last weekend, the run defense was really good. Does that take a little pressure off you guys in the back end when you know that the opposing team's gotten really one-dimensional?
Yes, it does, because, like, as a safety, you don't feel like you have to be like as fast coming and fit the run and stuff like that, knowing that the front seven is handling the business. It allows you to relax a little bit and be able to play run or play pass first, then come down for the run when you need to.
We talked in the preseason about you playing some more safety, so how do you feel like that's gone, through the first 2 games for you?
I feel like it's going well. It's pretty natural for me because that's what I played all throughout high school. My first few years here, so it's been pretty natural to me. I feel good back there. I'm comfortable.
That pick against NC State, what was that feeling like when you potentially make a game-changing play in crunch time in the fourth quarter?
I felt good. I was in shock because I looked up and the ball was coming. I was like, oh, this is real. It felt surreal. I made the play. I was able to put us in good field position and celebrate after. It felt great. I was happy that I was able to, like you said at the time, make a game-changing play. We didn't get the win, but it was still a big play for us.
I'm going to ask, your high school past couple of weeks, just any thoughts on the stuff that happened down and back home?
Oh, you talking about the thing? Oh, yeah. It's kind of sad. I was sad to hear that happened. I didn't think, that wasn't something I really expected to like wake up to or get a call about. But yeah, I just hope like everybody back home can stay safe. Hope the kids are back in, well, I know they're back in school now, so hopefully kids are feeling safe. Maybe there's more protocols being put in, like just with like more protocols, better procedures with kids so they can feel more comfortable while at school. Because I heard it was a freshman who like just started high school, like his 4th day of high school, and he lost his life. So that's sad to hear.